Okay, so I initially wanted to talk about some of my experiences being with men, but kind of looking back at the relationships that I've been in, I realized that really we were just people, and it wasn't until like the last few relationships that I really was stepping into my manhood, and I would say maybe because of my age. Like right now, I'm 29 years old, and I think it was probably around 26 that I started to feel more connected to my male energy, we'll say. So now sort of doing the research for, my thoughts on this video, and research as in like what my algorithm shows me that like is in the social dialogue of it all. I notice a lot of people just don't want men anymore. And obviously our definition of that has been very skewed because whatever it meant in the past, it definitely doesn't mean that anymore. It's a lot of like toxic masculinity that was kind of trying to be passed along, that a lot of people, a lot of men, but people especially, in general, just rejected. And then that's, from what I know or from what I understand, turned into and spiraled into like the alpha male. So like never a day in my life have I seen a Andrew Tate video, but that is definitely not a man. I would say it's just a male, a alpha male, right? So don't want to be, advocating for any ideals that, may overlap. I'm not sure. I literally don't know. But I just reflecting on, again, my experiences dating men. Like I said, for the most part, we felt like people. And then the last maybe two relationships that I was in with men, I realized I actually realized that that became the problem. Like with, one of them, the first one that I noticed this with, I guess, yeah, I wanted to like pursue him and like be the masculine to like his more, feminine dominant kind of energy and personality. And we would like bump heads a lot because he would just say like, why can't we just be people? Why do we have to subscribe to like gender roles and all that? And he was or is a bit younger than me as well. I think there was a 4 year age gap. So I was 26, he was 22. And it was like, in my mind, I'm also like, why does it have to be about that? Like, why does that mean that we're subscribing to gender norms and expectations? Like, and I don't know, it just kind of felt like maybe our generations at like, war with each other. Cause I get, wanting to reject labels and stuff. But at the same time, like even back, I remember hearing Raven Simone say that, in her Oprah interview about like, I'm not black, I'm an American. And it was like, okay, but like, it's just a label, right? Like, I understand the weight that can come with labeling yourself as gay, as a man, as, feminine, as soft, as all these things. But it, in the end, helps you identify with yourself and identify with others. So I don't really see the problem with that. Um, and some of the gender norms or expectations that, come with being a masculine dominant person, and especially in a relationship, it feels good. Like it's not harmful. So I really didn't understand what the problem was. And then moving into my last relationship with a man, I felt like I wanted to be more feminine dominant if I was going to be with a man because just a little tangent. I was dating a woman, my ex-girlfriend, at the same time as well. So we were in a poly relationship, and I was dating a man and a woman at the same time. And it was just like, okay, I have a place with my girlfriend where my masculine can really live and dominate. It's where I'm with this man now that like he was pretty feminine dominant, and like I was experiencing the same thing of like, why can't we just like, you know, be ourselves type thing. I don't know. And it's not that we couldn't or that I didn't want us to be. It was just like, okay, like I don't need this. I don't need another place for my masculine to live. Like it would be nice for my feminine to be nurtured and be taken care of, and then especially in a way that I would like. So he wasn't really stepping up to the plate. And I was not enjoying that. But even going deeper than like my romantic relationships, I remember strongly and distinctly remember growing up too, like just people not allowing me to be the kind of boy that was growing into my own kind of young man and now adult man. Like it's just like, for as long as I can remember, so many people telling me how to be a boy, how to how to dress, how to talk, how to act, how to walk, how to, have friends, how to all these fucking things. Like, you're just like, oh my God, like, first of all, for a long time, I would definitely subscribe to a lot of those things, or like compare myself. So it was really unhealthy. But I don't know. I like looking back, I feel like I was enjoying being a boy. And when I started to question my sexuality, mostly because people kept telling me who the fuck I was, I just like, I'm sorry. I was going on a tangent in my mind, but I was questioning then my gender as well, because I was like, okay, if I am, sort of attracted to boys or, other males, like, does that mean that I'm a girl or that I want to be? Does that mean that I'm trans? I didn't know, that label at the time, but like, I knew to ask myself, like, okay, does this mean I want to be a girl? And it was very quickly, no, like, I don't understand. Like, I like being a boy. I like the appendage that I have. I like my body. I mean, I was struggling with my weight, but like, I liked having a male physique. So it was really difficult, trying to make sense of who I was when people kept telling me who I was. And then, being a millennial, we had the word metrosexual come about too, like with the internet and all that. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm a metrosexual. I didn't like that word either. But it's just like, yeah, growing up, not only with the internet, but with, this new century, and like these, gender norms and expectations, like just being thrown onto me from like both online and in person. And it's just like still having to understand capitalism, and like going to school, and like, figuring out my future and what I want to do, and like, and then like courting girls, and like secretly also being attracted to boys, and like there just being no space for any of this and no clear direction. And now fast forward, like, what, 15 years later, not only are we still having the same problems, but from what I have seen from then till now, like, the gay community and the queer community is also struggling with some of these, labels. Because it's like, okay, even in a gay relationship that I was in, it felt like nobody wanted to be a man. Nobody wanted to be the man. Like, what is so taboo about that? Like, and then, with women too, it's like women keep telling men who the fuck they are. Like, like, I'm a grown ass man. Don't tell me who the fuck I am or what the fuck I'm going to do and all these fucking things, right? Like, that was something I struggled with too, growing up with the women around me. And now I'm seeing, with the women I have access to, it's like, what the hell, y'all? Like, y'all don't really want a man. But I'll pretty much end with this point, because there was a comedian that had said once that you either want to be cherished or you want to be respected. And she was pretty much speaking to both the masculine and feminine desires in a relationship. Like, as a woman, as a feminine, you want to be cherished, right? And I would say I agree with that, because my feminine would definitely agree with that. And then you seeing that in other feminine around me, like women and feminine dominant, people and beings, they want to feel special. They want to feel considered. They want to feel like you are listening to them, that you notice them, that you care about the things that they are like bringing to your attention. I'll say on the other end of the spectrum, though, like, sometimes women can vent a lot, and men, I would say a true man and masculine doesn't always know what to do with that, because we're natural problem solvers. So it's like, okay, you just want me to sit here and listen to you like complain about the day, or maybe let me not say complain. Let me not complain, just share your day, and like just unload on this rock that is the man in front of you that can catch you when you're falling. That's very beautiful, and that's great for, women and feminine and all that. For the masculine, then I think that's where it's really tricky, because like, who do we fall on then? Where's our rock? Where do we go to when we need to like be restored? And interestingly enough, I think that other men are the answer. Like, the bond that you have on another man, whether romantic or not, there is something really special and beautiful about it. And I'll just say quickly too, there's a reason why we can, penetrate each other. And that has more meanings than just one, okay? But yes, not only does it feel good, of course, when you do it correctly, but you can also secrete fluids doing it correctly. It doesn't take too many inches either to reach that spot. It's literally a pleasure zone. So it's really interesting that we have that ability if it weren't supposed to be allowed or wasn't natural. So to the naysayers, I don't think that that's the case. I think that when men need a place to be restored and to, you know, unload their stress into some safe space, it is with other men. And I understand and I really do enjoy that we get to just be people now as like relating to the queer community and, gay men too. Um, but I think that we need to bring the ideals of what a man, is and what a man can be and like, how to be a man and just like understanding that men are meant to be respected. It's like genuinely when she said that, that comedian, I really never thought about it like that, but I definitely agree because it's like, yeah, don't make me repeat myself. Like I'm not gonna say this shit again. Like I told you the first time I didn't like this, that, and the other. I don't want to have to say it again. And I'm standing on this shit. Like I'm willing to lose you. You could walk away. I don't care. Like because it's my way or the highway. And when it comes to like, being a financial provider as well, there is power in that. There is, like I was gonna say strength as well, but like more so I like having control over my life given the fact that I have my own money and like being with somebody and being the financial provider. It's like we have to figure that out too, because I like that. Yeah, I'm not gonna pay for some shit that I don't enjoy or that I don't want to go to. Like yes, I want to make my partner feel special and cherished and all that, but like girl, you ain't finna take me to Chipotle. I ain't a Chipotle kind of man. Like, I'm gonna take you to Kava or I don't know. We could go anywhere. Literally, no hate to Chipotle. But like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just I like having a say in my word being respected, and I don't. I'll end with this for sure. I just don't like the idea of unhealthy men and them getting to like use that label and subscribe or identify with that label. It's like I feel like you're a male if you're unhealthy or toxic or um dangerous to be around to anyone, but especially women. You're a male. We're gonna take this back to biology. You are just a male. But to be like a true genuine masculine, you know identifying man, which I think fatherhood follows swiftly after that, because it's like even if you don't have children or even biological children, whatever, it's like as a man, as a healthy man in society, you should be like a good role model and a good like father figure to everyone around you. That's like you're working on bettering yourself. You have things going for you. You have people around you that you're helping out or connecting to, even just by your presence alone. Like you're restoring and rejuvenating the community around you, the people around you. So to me, that's what makes a good man. And I don't think that we have a lot of those anymore. Like, and it's just an interesting time because the future feels so uncertain. So it's like a lot of people are lacking good men around them. And the first step in resolving anything is admitting that there's a problem. So I would say that this was my way of doing that. Like I don't know that I've seen somebody acknowledge this. Like a lot of people are saying a lot, of course, related to this topic and just in general. There's so much being screamed into the void, but nobody's really pointing out the problems, like in making it as simple and basic as possible. Like it's not that um people hate men. It's just that like nobody wants men anymore. Nobody knows what that means anymore. Nobody knows how to do that, how to be that. So I don't know. We have to start from square one though, and that's acknowledging the problem that nobody wants men anymore, y'all. It's sad, it's unfortunate, but there's nowhere to go but up from here. So it's also um clear horizons, nothing but space and opportunity.